An STD that makes you pretty? Girl, what? Hello, everyone. Author R.L. Raintree here, and this is Real Zen Reads, where I give honest reviews and occasional spoilers. And this entire video is going to be filled with spoilers. So, Beauty, Ryan Murphy's latest project. I'm one of those people who doesn't understand who keeps giving that man money, and I'm still trying to understand what he has on Evan Peters. That Evan Peters is like trapped with you know what, let me not get on that. So there are 3 episodes that were available on Hulu as of Monday, which is today. And right away, before the credits even roll, we have Bella Hadid. I'm pretty sure it's Bella Hadid. And she's on a runway and she's looking fierce. But then she starts to look a little too fierce because her body temperature is at like 183 degrees. She should be dead. She should be a bowl of gumbo by now. She starts snatching people's water. She runs off the runway. She starts swinging people around. She is whooping people's asses for water. And ultimately, she explodes because apparently she didn't get enough. Now, of course, that brings in the FBI. I'm going to assume that Bella Hadid's character was an American because the FBI would not be dealing with anything internationally unless the victim or the perpetrator is an American. So they pull up, and full disclosure, there's going to be a lot of sex. A lot of it. Because we immediately meet Evan Peters in the act where a woman is successfully completing the act on top of him. Now, side note, she's just had her boobs done and she is his partner as an FBI partner. Now, she wants things to remain casual, but it's clear Evan is falling for her, but he is trying to act like he's not. Boy, we see it. We see through you like cellophane. Now, they're investigating, and the only thing they know about this virus is that the people are exploding. So the only logical conclusion that these MEs can come up with is spontaneous human combustion. Why is it happening so much? We don't know, but this is the only thing that makes sense. But Evan Peters is like, no, something else is going on. We at least know that there's a virus that's causing this combustion. Why, how, like, it don't have to make sense. What we know is it's a new virus, and what we know is it makes people explode, and we know that even after they've exploded, their bodies are like well beyond boiling temperatures. So let's just work with that. We meet a man named Jeremy at some point, a black man, a husky gentleman with a bad barber, and he's an incel. He lives on the internet. The way we meet him is through vigorous self-exploration. He's a loser, and he treats his mom like crap. He's an incel. So then he goes back to the internet to complain because he purchased a certain marital aid that was supposed to extend an appendage, and instead it gave him swelling and some discomfort. To which someone conveniently pops up with the phone number and says, I know how to help you. I understand. I'm your pusher, baby, you know? And so now he goes, and it's this doctor with hilarious special effects makeup. But I forgave it because this doctor is supposed to look like he's had too much plastic surgery, and he does look like he's had too much plastic surgery, but it also looks like really bad special effects makeup. When you watch it, you'll see it. Okay, so he goes and he gets basically some plastic surgery done. I usually give special effects makeup artists a shout out. I'm not gonna do that because they had this black man looking like The Mask. Smoking, yeah, that mask, Jim Carrey, but black. The lips were big. The brown of the prosthetics wasn't even the same shade of brown. I need you makeup artists to understand how to deal with brown skin. It's in layers, just the same as y'all's. Like, it was an ashy shade of brown that didn't match the rest of him. And then they gave him a lace front hair piece, probably because they had to, add hair on for the prosthetics or something. I don't know. But hire black makeup artists and hair people. Please and thank you. Now he goes out with his new look. Still hefty and broke. And so then these white women who look like, they somebody, they would want someone who looks like someone. They're like, yeah, you're so hot. And he falls for it. And he is popping bottles and he is getting his shake on. He thinks he has hit the lotto. He goes to the bathroom because he's not feeling so well. Too much liquor. Comes back. The girls have absconded and left him with the bill. He then does what most incels do when they have been rejected. He picks up some artillery and goes to what he believes is the source of his problems instead of looking at the man in the mirror. So now the person says, hold on. I got some better shit for you. And it's, for lack of a better term, the substance. Now, this is where we find out how this virus that Evan Peters is investigating is transmitted. It's an STD. It's an STD. Another fine woman comes over, and this man is not at all apprehensive after what just happened to them at the bar. He's just happy to lose his virginity. Poor guy. So she's on top, just like the other, FBI agent was. And I'm like, there's something going on with these women always being on top. We'll revisit that. So she completes the task at hand. He wakes up the next morning and he is violently ill. He's got 183-degree temperature. His bones are making a cracking noise. If you have a problem with body horror, skip this series. Things are peeling. Things are being regurgitated. Things are falling off. Things are cracking, snap, crackling, popping, and he's contorting and doing the thing. And then he comes out a sexy black jock. An arrogant asshole at that. And he is spreading peen all over town because, I gotta tell you, if I was him, I probably would have did it too. Naturally, this man is having unprotected sex. Now, this takes us to Ashton Kutcher's character. We only see him like twice. And when we first see him, we see an assassin being dispatched by him, and that assassin is then murking people. And we're like, what is this about? Now, the first time we see him, we don't know what that's about. The second time, we find out that Ashton Kutcher has created some sort of beauty treatment that is transmitted sexually. Actually, we don't know how it was originally supposed to be administered. We just know that once you have the beauty, if you have unprotected sex, whatever this substance is gets transferred to the next person, and then they become more beautiful. They come out of a cocoon, bones popping and cracking and things sloughing off of their body. Now, the problem is that no one knows that he's done this yet. So you got people out here spreading the disease. You got the FBI, like, what is going on? We got to get this contained. And so the dude is basically going around murking people who are out here having unprotected sex. Like, it's wild. It's really, really wild. Now, in this process, we find out that Ashton Kutcher is married to Isabella Roselini, who has chosen not to have this substance. And clearly they are not hunching because she's still a normal, about middle-aged woman. And Ashton is, looking like he's in his early 30s, not quite middle-aged or anything like that. So apparently he's had this substance, but she has not. And they have a child who's an adult. We end on seeing poor Jeremy basically get recruited to being assassin, because if it's one thing Jeremy is good at, it's murking people. We now know that this substance is something that Ashton Kutcher has created. Now we want to know, why didn't his wife Isabella Rossellini get the substance? What is the substance? How did you get it in people? What's going to happen with that? And where is Evan Peters' partner? You see, she decided to go hunch on a man, an Italian man without protection. And she has transformed and disappeared. And that's the first 3 episodes. Y'all, this was disgusting, sexually charged, and I'm embarrassed to say that I am intrigued and would like to watch more. I'm not interested in Ashton Kutcher, but I think Ryan Murphy may be onto something here. I'm still pissed off at him on the bad makeup special effects for Jeremy. Like, get some black makeup artists, for God's sake. But I'm kind of interested in this It Follows reimagining. We all remember that horror movie, It Follows. It's an STD. And, it's gross. But you come out beautiful, so anyways, that's episodes 1 through 3. And I will say, despite the bad makeup on black people, despite the fact that there are times when I was just like, really, Ryan? Guys, I'm embarrassed to say, 5 stars. 5 stars. This was really good. I actually enjoyed this. I feel like Ryan Murphy is going to shit the bed at some point, because he typically does. But so far, these first 3 episodes, I'm locked in. I'm sorry. Your girl is on the wrong team right now. But I'm locked in. Y'all tell me, what did you think of the first 3 episodes of The Beauty? Are you looking forward to more? And if you'd like to follow me and all my shenanigans and mishaps, please subscribe to my Patreon. Don't forget to click that like button. And I will see you later. Raintree out.